My name is George Gottschalk. This is my introduction speech, and this is my audience. Have you ever made a decision that seemed good at the time, but later realized that it wasn't a good decision after all? I have, thankfully it all worked out in the end. People make wrong decisions every day, but it is how one works through those decisions that really matter at the end of the day. I know this from my own personal experience. Today I will talk about my decision to change careers had a very drastic effect on my life. I experienced financial hardship, distress in my marriage, and last but not least, experienced spiritual reconciliation. In 2008, after a 10-year career in the oil field industry working for a major oil and gas company, I decided to quit to work a regular 5-day-a-week job. My wife had just graduated from Southeastern Louisiana University with her bachelor's degree in nursing. She secured a good job and was making an above average salary. I began thinking about ways in which I could make a living away from offshore work, that I could spend more time with my wife and kids. At first, I was able to transfer to an oil refinery on land with good hours, the same pay and the same benefits. However, after 8 months, the hour and a half drive in traffic to and from work, the schedule changes, and the mandatory overtime, I put in 2 weeks' notice. I was officially through with the oil field industry. I quickly obtained a job in a manufacturing plant closer to the home. Although the pay and benefits were not as good as the oil field job I left, I felt this job I could see myself retiring from. It didn't take long to realize that the spending habits we had grown accustomed to were not conducive to my new career. We were unable to pay our bills on time. Our home was almost foreclosed on. We hated to hear the phone ring because most of the time it was a bill collector. I ended up having to work another job in the evenings just to make ends meet. The quality time I thought I would have with my family was not there. The extra time I thought I would have to work on household projects was not there. I actually began to miss having several weeks off at a time of the benefits of working offshore. My wife and I began to argue more. Each argument became a little more intense. Our family was falling apart around us. My teenage daughter was becoming rebellious due to working 2 jobs. I was unable to help my wife care for our youngest child as much as I wanted to. My wife was becoming overwhelmed between work, taking care of the kids, and trying to handle our finances. Eventually she left, took the kids with her. That one decision to leave my oil field job not only caused financial hardship, but indirectly led to a breakup of my family. Fortunately, the separation only lasted 6 months. We knew we loved each other, the family we created, and we knew we were worth working things out. I also knew I needed to find another offshore job, not only for the financial benefits, but for the health, retirement, and the sometimes overlooked benefit of having several weeks off at a time to spend at home. God works in mysterious ways, and in 2010 it was no exception. I found a good job in the oil field once again. Even though I'm gone 3 weeks at a time, I feel like I am here for my family now more than ever. Although my wife and I are still recovering from the financial turmoil of our past, we are recovering together. My wife and I, with the help of God, family support, friends, prayers, and acknowledgement of our imperfections, have rebuilt our relationship. The relationship I have with my daughter is something I cherish every day. But more importantly, my family's relationship with God has grown throughout this whole experience. Without Him, family, financial, and spiritual healings would not have occurred. Changing careers and leaving the oil field was not one of the best decisions I have made as an adult. It was at one point disastrous. I lost my financial security and my family, but through my faith in God, things turned around for a better. Everyone is faced with difficult life decisions at one time or another, and even if one doesn't make the right decision in the time, it's how you handle the consequences that really matter. I am a better person today because of the wrong decision I made 3.5 years ago. Thank you.
Amen.